Hi, I'm Father Daniel. I am an Oblate of Mary Immaculate, and I minister from the campus of Oblate School of Theology. I'm an itinerant preacher. I also do some writing, and I have just finished my training in spiritual direction. Today I'd like to speak with you about something that's been on my mind and in my prayer a lot. I've realized that I've been missing people's faces with all the social distancing that we've had to experience recently, which I actually would prefer to call physical distancing, because we know that our social proximity now, with all the technology that we have, is not reliant anymore on an ability to be with each other, so that we can be social without necessarily being aggregated and being together in the same space. However, it's been quite a challenge for all of us, and I find that I've been really yearning and hungering for faces, familiar faces, faces of people that I have missed, faces of people that I see regularly and that I enjoy, either at different gatherings, at the Eucharist on a daily basis, or through other means. It's really interesting that the face is a place of encounter with other people. When we have not seen somebody for a long time, we will have a tendency, and some cultures have a closer and others have a wider concept of what the social space is, but we'll be connected and we'll want to get closer to the face of the person, so that as we get close to them, we almost have access to their uniqueness. But there's also this idea of vulnerability. Vulnerability is certainly a place where many of us have visited recently. We feel vulnerable, and we know that we are hungering for each other, and mostly, really, for God. When I think about it, I hear the antiphon from yesterday, where we ask God not to hide his face from us. Where is God's presence in all of this for us as we continue to experience physical distancing and the great challenges that that entails? I really continue to see that missing people is a place for me to accept that I need social contact. I need to be in connection with others. Zoom and Facebook and other, even the name Facebook actually holds it. The idea is that you and I have access to each other's face as we do this, as you have access to mine right now as I'm sharing this message with you. Where are you with your experience of vulnerability at this time? How are you containing and holding this hunger that you experienced to see the other and to speak and exchange and connect? My first thought on this is that it makes me angry. I know this sounds rather odd, but the anger is that I feel like things are out of control to a certain degree, and the anger I'm experiencing has to do with the fact that I do not have access to other people and to public and to social spaces the way I used to. I'm realizing how dependent I am on them. It's like somebody has taken them away, and we all know that whatever type of replacement we might hold through different technologies, this does not replace being able to connect with each other. You know, we are a religion of the Incarnation. We believe that God came through Jesus Christ, that he came in a physical form, and that Jesus was both divine and human, and that he experienced everything that we've experienced except sin. So when we hold this, that means that Jesus experienced suffering, he experienced pleasure, and he experienced the gamut of all the human emotions. As we continue to enter into this Holy Week, we want to accept our own humanity. We want to touch to these vulnerable places inside of us. We ask God that he hold us in his ability to continue to give us the strength and the hope that we all need to pull through this incredibly difficult and challenging time. We're going to be able to go through it, and we know that, despite the difficulties. Brothers and sisters, let's continue to hunger for each other's faces, which is a way of saying that you and I are hungering for God. I ask you to pray for me and my ministry as I assure you of my prayers. And with this, let us finish with prayer. Lord, continue to hold us in your arms. Continue to give us an intimate and felt sense of your presence in our everyday life. Hold us and embrace us so that we can have courage, faith, and hope. We ask this in Jesus Christ, the universal lover. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being with me for this short reflection.